Welcome back to Arkansas Bigfoot, everybody. Well, I've got something pretty cool to share with all of you today. You guys remember from that camera test video, I had that little Vivitar action camera I bought for 20 bucks at a pawn shop, and I've been playing around with it. I had it mounted on a little remote control truck and tried running it around through the woods and really didn't get much range out of it. So I took it back off and put it on its stand. And today after lunch, I took the bucket out in the woods and filled up the trees again with all the normal standard stuff and put the sardine sandwiches, peanut butter and apples and all of that back in them, and left that little camera sitting in the edge of a brush pile. Now, according to the user's manual for it, it says it'll record about 11 hours worth of video on the memory card. And the memory card might hold that, but the battery only lasts for about an hour, depending on how cold it is, or if I have it on a 4K setting or a 1080p setting. So anyway, when it timed out, it was at 1 hour and 7 minutes. And 34 minutes into it was when I saw the first movement. I'm not going to make you watch 34 minutes of video waiting for that, so I've cut the front end of it off. But anyhow, let's get this party started and I'll show you what I got today. Alright, so keep your eye on the far right side of the screen. You'll see the largest tree, and if you look to the right side of it, there's darkness around the smaller tree. And in a minute you'll see some movement milling around in that. That's Junior. He's already made his way to the first gifting tree and grabbed the sardine sandwich out of it. How do I know this? Because when I went back right at dark to get the camera, the sardine sandwich in the first tree was gone, and the one in the second gifting tree, along with a cup of peanut butter and an apple, were gone. All of the rest of the food items were still there. Alright, so there you see on the right hand side between the two large trees, he's moved out. Now he's making his way toward that second gifting tree in the back, the one that's got the big hollow cavity in it. Now bear in mind, from the ground to the top of that cavity, if you're standing flat on the ground, is roughly 9.5 foot tall. When you're standing up on the actual root shoulders, he could probably fill that hole up. Of course, when he gets to the tree, he's still low down on the ground and kind of leaning around it, but you'll see when he gets to that point. And making his way through the brush, he's about a fourth of the way over there now. You'll see him come out behind that cluster of trees just off to the right of center screen. And there we go. Slipping around between the two large clusters of trees. I keep catching glimpses of another one back in there, especially at the very end. It looks like another one comes up and joins him before they disappear into the brush. So there he is, passing between the trees. And he goes in behind that gifting tree, and he's standing there for just a minute, and you'll see him peek out around. He's looking to his left. Comes up to it and leans into it, and in one handful he grabs the sardines, peanut butter and apple. He goes back in behind the tree and rips the bag open and takes the sandwich out and throws the bag on the ground. And when he takes off, you can see him kind of hunched, holding the apple peanut butter and the sandwich in an arm. There he goes. And right as he passes that group of trees, it looks like another one is moving behind that smaller tree, and they join up right there. And then disappear into the brush. I don't see any more movement on camera after that point. So that's what I got for you today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you next time. Thanks.